This is a comic review of the Avengers, quite a few years ago, issue 21, October 1965. So it's 55 years ago, and it was part of the period when they went through pop art, 12 cents, and you of course got not the original Avengers at this point. The original Avengers have all left, other than Captain America, though of course he wasn't original. He was came along in issue 4. So you've got Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver and Hawkeye. And personally, I really liked this team. It was obviously slightly underpowered compared with the original team. And I'm certain at the time people went, no, what's happened to Thor? What's happened to Iron Man? What's etc. and Giant Man. But I still thought it was an unusual team. They were always argumentative. They never really fitted together particularly well. And there was Hawkeye was always clashing with Captain America. And if you want to read a lot of these, obviously you can get the original comic, of course. I read this originally in black and white. In the UK, we had our comics in black and white. And so it always throws me what numbers issues are. So I've got different numbering scheme than the American sometimes. So this one introduces Power Man. Power Man has turned up quite a few times since. It's also got the Enchantress in this as well. What they do, they make the Avengers look bad. It makes the public, fickle as they are, turn on the Avengers. Now, I love the glossy cover. This is one thing that, since it's just got a certain look at these covers that you just would never get nowadays. I'm certain if you got comics like 50 years time, our comics, you'd never get that lovely weird gloss that they had. I don't know what the chemicals in, who knows. However, great. So this is, of course, a very tatty issue. Now this one, the bitter taste of defeat. So that's the start story. You've got Hawkeye, and I love the way they always had scenes where you'd walk around showing inside the Avengers mansion. Just really a faulty fuse and a zillion electronic gizmos going on the blink around here. Didn't Iron Man ever fix these things? Or Tony Stark, I should say. This is the never known aught but victory. And it's brilliant. It's got Stanley, of course. Don Heck. Though I must admit, the Don Heck, you see occasional Don Heck, but Wally Wood does the inking, and there's an awful lot where you look at it and just think that just looks like Wally Wood artwork. You've got there a lovely scene there of the Enchantress. So you've got the Enchantress there, and she spies this guy coming in, looking around Zemo's. Zemo, of course, we assume is no more. I don't know if he's turned up since or not. Did he die? Did his son come back? Did his daughter come back? I have no idea what's happened with old Zemo at this point. He died early on in the stories, and you've got obviously his place has been left there in the jungle, and for some weird reason the Enchantress happens to be looking and decides, you know what, I'm going to turn this guy into similar to Wonder Man. Wonder Man was an early issue but unfortunately Wonder Man he had to have some special potion or something so he could actually live. He was, I don't know, ridiculous storyline there, but he had to, so he was loyal to the cause of Zemo. For some weird reason this didn't seem to be a problem for here, but however, now there's a problem here straight away. One, that feature of, well, was that solved? That the power energy was obviously, she's solved it, the Enchantress. And also, well, she's immortal. She could just do this over and over again. Create 100 Power Mans. Just drag people off the street. She's powerful enough. Just put them in that device and send them off against the Avengers. Maybe that would be too easy. Maybe too subtle. So she makes a decision, but they try to make the Avengers look bad by doing a variety of different things where the Avengers sort of end up smashing up New York because they think they're battling. And that's very similar to another story where, like Silver Surfer, I think it was a Silver Surfer story where he went around blasting things, and of course there was nothing there. So you'd have like the Mastermind would be brilliant. Poor old Mastermind is one of the weakest, really useless villains, the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants. But however, he would be able to do this all the time. Drive people mad. People would say, get out, we don't want Spider-Man anymore. We don't want the X-Men because you keep fighting in the middle of the street. Now, if you could control his illusions so no one else could see them, that is, of course, maybe that's the problem. That would be even more powerful, wouldn't it? So you've got the characters. Obviously here, there's some lovely scenes where the various Power Man and the Enchantress are looking down on the Avengers, being mocked by the thing. And it happens all the way through this book. And it's a really, really decent story. I think the panel structure is, of course, very of its period. So you've got, you've got the Quicksilver going down there. I really like Quicksilver. Now, at the end of the day, Quicksilver, I wasn't so keen on him by the end, but in the early days, Wanda and Scarlet Witch, just great characters. And you got, of course, some great battle scenes as well between Captain America, Power Man, etc. Power Man's pretty powerful. Now, Power Man did turn up quite a bit. I don't know if he's still going. Maybe he's retired. Maybe I can't be bothered. I mean, what do you do when you're Power Man? Just go and work in a factory or something, or do some other manual jobs or whatever. Or maybe he's just an accountant somewhere. Who knows? Probably has turned up again. And maybe that device has been reused to create someone else called Ultraman or Pretty Strong Man or something else. Now, I love the adverts in this. And this is obviously with a lot of these comics, of course, I think personally, I read them in the Epic collections and omnibus. So it's nice to have some old issues. I'm not completist, so I don't really think, oh, I must have every single Avengers. But I like, if I see a reasonably priced Avengers, I think it's cost me a couple of pounds. I think, well, it's a good story and it's not too bad. The condition's obviously not brilliant, but the thing I love about this, and there's the adverts. So you've got the adverts, and this is something that I think is just missing in modern ones. They always do a massive page just for one book. Here, sometimes they did 6, 7, 8, even 10, where you had all the adverts for the various things. So you've got the Marvel masterpieces, more masterpieces there. And also I love the bit when they put the names of the 25 more names and also where they're located, which is quite, I can't imagine they would do that nowadays. The adverts are always great as well. You've got all the X-ray ones, you've got the 1,000 Tricks, Be a Magician. And also you've got the adverts for, and I never did these, of course, being in the UK, I would never apply for go for these adverts. This one, make up to $10 in an hour on Saturday mornings. Pretty good. And then you've got another advert, which has got some of my favourites. I love these. These are, now you've got the T-shirts on one side. Those T-shirts probably are very, very collectible now. I wonder if they're in really great shape. It'd be interesting to see. And you've got, what size? You've got youth sizes and adult sizes. So you've got quite a weird one. You've got Western. I wonder how many people went for the Western one. No Millie the Model one, though, which is very odd. Sergeant Fury and the Howlers. No, they're all great. I mean, you could actually have bought all those for about $15. A complete set of the above, $15. Wow. Now, one shirt probably be more, well. But you've got the adverts also for some of the best annuals ever. You've got the Spider-Man #2 annual. Love that one. Ditko, brilliant. Doctor Strange. Also, you've got the superb wedding of Reed Richards and Sue Storm. Just brilliant. Sergeant Fury, classic, issue 1. And the Thor, Hercules. Hercules turning up, and also some, obviously, reprints in them as well. I just think, what a great set of annuals. And that one I've got, and had most of the others as well over the years. And then you've got the, of course, letters pages. I love letters pages. One thing that's missing from Epic Collections, letters pages. They put them in omnibuses, but letters pages. And also, the one thing they often leave out things, Mighty Marvel checklist. So what was on sale this time? Fantastic Four, issue 44. Brilliant issue. You've got the Spider-Man 30. You've got the Cat. You've got X-Men 13. And you've also got Wally Wood in the Daredevil, of course. You've got brilliant issue 10 there. Thor 121. Absorbing Man. Brilliant. Of course, it wasn't Thor. I love the way they always put Thor 112, where it was Journey into Mystery at that point, 121. So you've got Strange Tales 138, Suspense 71, not Tales of Suspense, Suspense. And also Astonish 73, of course, you've got Submariner in the thing now. And then Sergeant Fury, fighting in Burma, no less. And also you've got other, did actually mention here in the thing, often put little snippets. and the Frankly Fabulous, Fantastic Four, blah, blah, blah. And then we won't mention the Millie the Model annual. And I love it, because we don't think you'll be too interested. Actually, that'd be quite nice to get as well. So that was it. And also you get to your, look fellows, you can win a choice of neat prizes at the back. But this is a great little story. I love this pack. Now, of course, the one trouble with this story is that you would have to get issue 22 because it's a continuing story. So it was a great period. I really, really loved the Avengers at this point. And I've got a few of the issues. I haven't got all of them. Obviously, I haven't got the first issue where they join Quicksilver's Scarlet Witch. That's quite expensive, that one. But still, you can reasonably price these ones, these sort of issues, I think. You know, certainly in tatty conditions like this. Anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it. Brilliant comic.